Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Non-Classics. This is episode number 3468, Doubleshot number 3362. Got two Marvel trades, both of them with limited series. When I got this one, all of the I got Less Barnes, I'm like, really? Yeah, the person seemed a little surprised, like, oh, this is selection. You go, okay. Yeah, and the reason why, because when I was last there wasn't a lot there to buy, per se. Because a lot of the trades they had there from Marvel DC, the ones I've already reviewed, or I simply just already own them. So I saw this like, fine, I'll get this one. We have Hellverine. This is actually the first volume of Hellverine, which later became a very brief ongoing series. I say brief because it was. Written by Ben Percy, artwork by Julius Altina. Hellverine Resurrection. Now, by the way, Daken himself was not the first Hellverine. The first was actually his father. It was Demon, so we started with Mephisto. And basically, kind of in a way, you can think of this book as a Wolverine Ghost Rider book, because that's kind of what this book is. Because you have Daken possessed by a demon, and his claws being on fire, and him slicing at people. Also, Wolverine is hunting throughout this whole book. And there's also Project Hellfire. I believe this was an organization that debuted in the pages of Ghost Rider. Yeah. It's like these people were brought back because of, and they're brought back as like these soldiers. And then Wolverine is tried to take him down. Which they kind of succeed, and of course everybody gets out, and of course they get their own hell powers to try to find Daken. And here comes Daken riding a motorcycle, and Wolverine tries to wonder what's going on with his son. He has no idea what's going on, and then we see Daken. He's not flamed up. Apparently he has stitches on him. So that means he must have died at some point, and he got revived again because he's been sliced up. I'm thinking this was probably prior to Sabretooth War, so... Oh, by the way, the tattoo he has on his shoulder, yeah, he's had this as his debut appearance back in Wolverine Origins number 6. Back in 2005. So yeah, for 20 years he had that tattoo. He's never had it removed. Now you might ask this question, Nick. Is there a comic book that explains where the heck got the tattoo from? Sadly, no. There is not a explanation for this at all. And then we have it where, now we have Daken's claw back. It was previously removed. I guess at some point it was restored. Maybe due to one of his resurrections he had. So he fights Sabretooth in the past. And then at some point he survived that. So this basically this is get an explanation of why he was as a scar slice on him. Sabretooth apparently did that to him, and of course you see him in this outfit here, which actually is a Dark Wolverine costume, and that's the costume you see wearing the book. And this Scrap Project of Fire is like a Wolverine describes him as a Graybar version Weapon X. So yeah, you're probably thinking like, are we going to counter any Ghost Rider in this book? No, not really. One of them is killed, who was basically like and takes one of them out. And by the way, this book is only 4 issues, so we explain how certain people got the way they are, like the general from the start of the book. We explain how he got his eye, how he got the way it was. It's like everything shown in this book, they do in fact give some explanation for, like the general for his eye, Dawkins Stars. By issue 4, he does. You think by issue's 4 cover, you think like, oh, he's going to confront his father. Well, you're about to find out and see. And some of Mephisto's involved with him too. Doc, of course, doesn't have the middle of his bones like his father does. Yeah, he doesn't have his father, but he doesn't do anything to him. And then the general puts on this goat's hat, this goat skull, and tries to do a ritual with Satan stuff. And, well, and pretty much by the end of it, he is, like, killed off here. Mm-hmm. And instead of destroying the place, it says, like, we can't guarantee Project won't get resurrected again. We guarantee these right people will be in charge of it. People understand the dangerous potential all too well. You don't have to drop me a hero. I enlisted. I enlist. And then they go off separate ways, and says Hellfire will return in his own short-lived book. Yeah, Hellverine's first little book. Not Dawkins' first book, per se. It's more like his first one he's had since Dark Wolverine, which ended back in 2010. Actually, it was like 2011, I think it was. So it's like, and this came out like roughly, I think it was like last year. I think this was about 2 years ago. So this was 13 years at the end of his last series. Pretty good. Get roughly a 9 out of 10. Next up, we have is Gwenpool, all new, all deadly. This collects the 5-issue miniseries simply titled Gwenpool. Yep. And you're probably thinking, who the heck is on the cover? Well, that is Gwen Stacy from Earth 616. So, the Weapon X program has resurrected her. A woman who's been dead since the 1970s. And they made her sort of like an evil Gwenpool. And at one point, she kills the actual Gwenpool. Peter is, by the way, Spider-Man is loosely involved with this. And you're thinking, wait, why the heck would they revive 6 Gwen Stacy? Honestly, I have no idea. It's from like Calvin Scott. Because Gwen Stacy was one of those characters who, I think for a lot of writers, more writers just did not dare to touch this character. Didn't revive her. I mean, Ben Parker's still dead. They've never brought him back. But you're probably thinking, why the heck would Calvin Scott bring back Gwen Stacy? Honestly, I have no idea. Except just make her like an evil woman who doesn't fight Spider-Man for some reason, doesn't fight. It's like she was brought back to fight Gwenpool. That was the whole point of this. And she kills freaking Gwenpool, and then she's brought back by the end of the series. And you're like, what? Yeah, seriously. I do not know the reason for the series. I don't mind Gwenpool having a book, but why the heck is she fighting 616 Gwen Stacy? Yeah, it honestly made no sense at all. Get the book roughly 8 out of 10. Excuse me. I'm sure any Spider-Man fan probably see that this book is kind of offensive for anybody who likes Spider-Man. Because, of course, Gwen Stacy's alive. And she's fighting Gwenpool as evil Gwenpool. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, excuse me, Mr. Calvin Scott, why the heck did you do this? I have no idea. It is by far, it's not a terrible miniseries. It's just so baffling, to say the least, the fact he did this. Yeah. Plus, not biggest fan of the artwork, though. Yeah, this artwork is done by Stefano Nessi. That's pretty much who does the artwork here. Um, the plot is fun. It's art exceptional. Really, the artwork just looks okay. It's not terrible. Tale was enjoyable. Okay. Oh yeah, we even have Hawkeye here. Kate Bishop. Oh yeah, and by the way, how does Gwen Stacy kill Gwenpool? The same way Bullseye kill Elektra. It's like, this is the most frequent reused panel I have ever seen. I just saw this over in the Star Wars Jedi Knight book. The same exact freaking pose. And you're like, why? Also, we do have Jeff the Shark here. And you probably think, how the heck did they... and of course, one point, yeah, Spider-Man put on his black costume again for some weird reason. Oh, by the way, she calls up Weapon X-31. Yes. Like, he kills Spider-Man and Kate Bishop. Less important. We have a guy with X in his face. Who the heck this guy is? Nobody knows. Actually, it's just some random guy. Yeah, it's a random guy who they decided to kill him for some reason. It just, I would give the book a higher rating if, in fact, they would not have brought back 6'6" Gwen Stacy. Yeah, that's the only problem with this book, is the revival of Gwen Stacy as a part of the Weapon X program. Because it seems like it's a similar joke I've heard recently about Sex 31. It seems like everybody's involved with Weapon X program at some point. Just like in Star Trek, everybody's involved with Sex 31. Yeah. But not much to say about this. So that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Next up, more Food to PI. And One Piece. Okay, next video. Bye.